Viewer discretion is advised.
Talking Gotham, 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 talking Gotham.
Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam. Welcome back to Talking Gotham. This is the show where we talk about the TV show Gotham, and the clown is back, but we'll get to that. But first up, joining us from 3D Movie Cinema is Jacob Collins. Jacob, how are you?
Hey, I am doing so well. I cannot wait to talk about these 3 episodes. I really enjoy these 3 episodes. I think, although I do think the first one is the weakest, but yeah.
Matt, how are you?
Speaking of which, do you know how I got these scars?
Put on
Anyway,
a-
let's put a smile on the face. But anyway, I am doing good. I will agree that the first the episode that we're going to cover for episode 12, Ghost, was the weakest. I didn't care about a lot of these subplots, but anything that was involved with Gordon was better. But the other side characters were kind of the fucking weakest. And Jim Gordon's ex-girlfriend Lee was pissing me the fuck off in the first episode.
Yeah. But what you all need to understand, this batch of episodes, like this first one we're going to talk about is the weakest of the three, but it's still very good. And then Smile Like You Mean It and The Gentle Art of Making Enemies are two of the very best episodes of this whole show, and I stand by that. Like, it's like they're both excellent. I mean, Gentle Art of Making Enemies is the better one, but I love them both, and we'll talk about all of that. But let's just jump right into it. This is season 3, episode number 12, called Ghosts.
Hello, Gotham City. Sanity is just a prison in your minds. Wake up! Be free!
Matt?
The title of the episode goes, it aired on January 16th, 2017. A vengeful Falcone sends Zaz to kill Gordon, initially approved by Lee, which I fucking can't stand her right now. However, after seeing what the virus has done to Barnes, she realizes Gordon may have been justified and persuades Falcone to call off the hit. Unhinged by ghostly sightings of his father, Ghost Dad Cobblepot, Cobblepot insults Gotham citizens on live TV and murders his deputy chief of staff, unaware that Nigma is orchestrating his downright spiral. With Basil having posed as Cobblepot's father, aka Clayface, Bruce convinces Selina to accept her mother, Maria, back into her life, but later learns Maria owes money to the criminal Cole Clemens. Investigating the discovery of a briefly reanimated corpse, Gordon and Bullock pursue former Indian Hill employee Dwight Pollard, who secretly leads a party of Jerome Velasquez's admirers. Pollard is revealed to be planning to reanimate Velasquez, aka Joker.
So
Yes.
Ghost Dad. I didn't realize Bill Cosby was in this episode.
I was literally about to say,
I didn't think about that. Didn't think about it.
How are you doing, sir? Do you
How
want
you
a
doing,
beverage?
sir? How you doing,
Would you
sir?
like a beverage, Barbara?
that movie is legitimately wild. Like, even if like Cosby was like is a saint, which he is far from a saint, but like even if like he had the positive reputation, it's still terrible. But it's just so surreal to watch. Like he gets on a call with his daughter's boyfriend, and the boyfriend's like, just put the bitch on the phone, and he just like metamorphosizes through the phone receiver. He's like, put the bitch on the phone, in Bill Cosby's voice. It's like
I did not see that movie. What's the movie called?
Ghost Dad.
Ghost Dad.
It came
Ghost
out like in the 80s.
Yeah, I've never seen Ghost Dad.
When he was like in his like America's Dad.
Back when he
peak.
was like raping and drugging on the high. Like that was like he was like doing the crime doing that, you know.
Wow, you have no problem speaking in that term.
Check those Jello products, folks. But But
Yeah.
this is the weakest of the 3 episodes we're talking about, but I still liked it. I still liked it for the most part, even though, to Matt's point, Lee does get very annoying because Marina Baccarin, just for context, before I jumped onto this, I'm watching The Wrecking Crew, and she has a brief role in it. I'm like, I cannot escape her between this show and this. But she's good at what she does, but I just feel like the day after the funeral is like, arrest that man, and then 20 minutes later is like, I don't know, maybe I am thinking too much in my head. And it was like,
After she discovers what Barnes said, it's incurable from that fucking virus, and it's like, okay, call off the hit. You put a hit on the fucking Gordon. You were willing to have him killed. What the fuck?
And then late in the next episode, she's talking about, don't act like I'm gonna cross the line like you and Bullock. I'm like, you put a fucking hit on me yesterday.
You fucking hypocritical asshole. Get the fuck out of here. And also, he saved your ass. He was there trying to fucking save your stupid ass. It was either you or him.
Like, we're
She
just
also
assaulting
developed
a
a
bad
truth
cop.
serum, kinda, which we can touch on when we talk about the next episode. But
I feel like I don't know. I think she might be suffering bipolar.
Oh, just wait until you get to see what Barbara.
I mean, I feel like the writers are really dumbing her down in the show.
Wait until you get to these last couple of episodes. You're gonna be like, what?
Oh God! I mean, even because you heard me say this from the beginning with Barbara's other ex-girlfriend, Barbara. I used to fucking hate Barbara so much that I want her to die, and I still do. But fuck Lee at this point.
Just wait. Just wait.
Now I'm on another hate train of fucking. I swear to God, Gordon's ex-girlfriends are really that fucking dumb as shit. That makes me want them to die.
Just wait. I cannot wait for you to see what's going to happen.
I'm hoping one day they redeem her, but I'm starting to feel from what you're telling me right now that there's no redeeming her character.
Folks,
it's going to get crazy what they do to Lee in these next episodes. I'm just like, what? I'm like, what?
We have reached post Barbara singularity. We have gone.
To quote from Wayne's World, "Are you mental? Get the net."
We've gone full tilt. We've gone so far around the planet that we've come back to where we started, where you're like, you know what, Barbara's not that bad, right?
At least Barbara's doing something.
Was I too harsh on Barbara now that she's actually doing something?
It's like Thanos once said, perhaps I judged you too harshly.
Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
So regarding Ghost, I think I did really like parts of this episode. I have more negatives than I have positives. But like, I did like when Jim was coming home and Zas was waiting and eating his food, just waiting like, okay. And then he's like, "Get the hell out of here!" And I'm just like, "This dude's waiting to kill you. He was literally waiting to kill you."
I'm legit surprised Gordon even has food in that place. I just thought all he had was like whiskey. And coffee.
Especially a cop like that who only orders takeout.
He's like, I only come here to sleep and have sex. There's nothing in that.
I mean, that's true. You're not far off from that one.
I mean, really, that's literally what he does. I've not seen him sit at home with his hand in his pants, Al Bundy style, watching TV. I've not seen that. Usually he's out either hooking up with women or he's literally doing his cop thing. He is not. There's not one moment I've seen him at that place where he's like, you're sitting there just watching, like, hey, it's Three Companies night.
It's an episode. It's an episode of reruns of Miami Vice.
Yeah, he's not. Gordon's just like, I'm gonna go have sex with someone, or he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go fuck with Lee or Barbara and just see what's up. Maybe I can get some.
I swear to God, I think he may have the worst taste in women.
Immediately after the funeral,
and Reporter, I fucking couldn't stand either. She's the least of our work. She's the least of our problems, but the other two, fuck.
But
at least Vicky Vale was gone.
Yeah, she quit while she was ahead.
He probably walks up to Lee and goes, I know you're dead and all, but that pussy ain't dead. If you know what I'm saying.
He literally, like, at the funeral, be like, hey, Lee, DTF.
He was like, that's Jim. That is Jim. He's like, read the room, man. Your husband is just died. And then, like, literally in the next episode, he's already hitting on her again. Even
Barnes is like, yeah, like, take 5, will you?
I do like the lady.
He's literally telling her, wake up to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
I
Yep.
did like the lady in the morgue's backstory about how her boyfriend killed her and then she was resurrected. She says how that she died, in a subway station getting hit by a train. They like she
Yes.
died the other day. She was resurrected. And they're like,
Between
what?
between that and Joker, the DC universe is a very bad thing for like subways, apparently.
Yeah.
But then
Also,
then we see, then we see David Dalsmalchian show up, which I thought I'm a big fan of his just in general, but he's
Yeah.
everywhere nowadays. Like Polka Dot Man and Suicide Squad, like you pointed out off camera, Collins. He was in the or no wait, one of you. He was
No,
in
I
the
pointed
Flash.
that out. Oh no, yeah,
And
you
he
pointed out he was in the Flash show, and I pointed out that he was in the Dark Knight movie that he was working with the Joker. So I find that
he was,
these episodes was very ironic that they cast him in a typecast role.
and he was also in the Polka Dot Man.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
I brought that up already, but
he's
like
been in
the
like 3
2020s
DC projects.
the 2020s have just been busy for him. Like every other movie he's in it.
I mean, he's also was in the Ant-Man movies, all three of them.
No, actually 2. He was only in 2.
He was the
Ant-Man movies.
voice of that robot, the one that says how
Oh,
many.
yeah, I still keep forgetting that he did the voice.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting
That's
that.
right.
I mean, he must be like a nice guy because if everybody wants to keep bringing him back to work with them, like
I
this
mean,
was a
hey,
guy
I mean,
who
he
was-
loves. Yeah, he's switching back and forth with between Marvel and DC. I mean, that we live in a world where now it doesn't like ruin the chances of potential for each actors to be in each projects now. Now it's no longer a thing
He
anymore.
must be like the nicest guy ever because like there's so many
He
people that-
is definitely one of the nicest guys out there. He
because
may
everybody
play.
wants to work
I
with
mean,
him.
here's the thing: Polka Dot Man was the only character he played that was actually a good guy, sort of. But you know what but you know what I mean. And so does the Ant-Man movies.
It's like the Peter Cushing syndrome. He always plays evil characters, but off camera, he's nothing but nice. But
I
then,
mean, look at and overall with Joffrey from Game of Thrones because he plays a sadistic piece of shit, but he's actually the nicest guy in real life. It's true.
He has a
and-
funny role in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. That movie's a horrible movie, but like
Yeah.
the first 10 minutes are hilarious where like they come out of a pot shop and he says, drop the fucking plants. And Dave Schmaltz, the SWAT officer, goes, on your knees, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, and the first leading role that this actor has been, he was a Late Night with the Devil, which I love that horror film that came out
I like the
a
first
couple of
two
years
acts, but once it ends, like once the thing ends with the little girl becoming and killing everybody in the station and it ends that way, I thought it was great. And then it should have ended there. But instead, we get like this whole entire Bub backstory where it's like it's so stupid.
Yeah, the only thing they should have cut that part out of the movie. It wasn't really needed. We didn't need that the very ending of that movie.
It should, but yeah,
but everything else was brilliant.
Dave DeSmalchin, I'm saying if don't watch the movie, but like
I mean, I've heard he was in. I did see a little glimpse of him that he's in the upcoming new Street Fighter movie.
Yeah, I will not watch that piece of shit. That looks like a garbage piece of shit. It looks like an SNL sketch on steroids.
Well, it was a bad put together trailer. Let's be fair on that one. We just need a better, proper trailer to really sell on this. But that first teaser was a bad impression.
Cody Rhodes is in it. Roman Reigns is in it. Hiroki Goto's in it.
That's
You
how
got
people
Andrew
say.
Schultz. Andrew Schultz, like the spineless.
I mean, you got
wonder
50
Andrew
cents,
Schultz
and you got
is
50
in that
Cent.
movie.
I
And you
saw
got 50
people saying, "Legend of Chun Li, perhaps we treated you too harshly."
Well, we got to wait till we see the movie first, and then we'll compare it.
I mean,
Yes.
there's like going overboard. I feel like this is gonna be like a House of the Dead situation where it's gonna be going too overboard, and people are going, you know what? This is why we don't go too faithful for video game adaptations.
Well, the movie's
Like,
not
yeah.
out yet, so let's not. go
Yeah, I'm
quite
ready.
that.
I'll reserve my judgment before seeing it first.
Now, do you guys think it's gonna make money? I don't think it's gonna make any money.
No, I don't think it's going to make as much as Mortal Kombat. I think Mortal Kombat 2 will outbeat that one for sure.
Well, Mortal
There's never been a
Kombat is
successful
more
Street Fighter
recognizable as a brand, so Mortal Kombat's going to make more money, easy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it will.
But then back to the episode, there's a great little scene where all the Joker's the
It's
cult,
cult.
I guess.
I just call them the maniacs. I just call them the
I mean,
maniacs.
They're the group
They're-
of cult
they're
maniacs.
watching- They're watching the footage like on a big old sheet, and they're like having a meeting.
You ain't seen nothing
then-
yet.
And then it just boils over into that. I really did enjoy that quite a bit. And then Zaz and his goons are just like, "Hi, Jim." I like that transition.
What were they going to do? Were they just going to wait until Gordon arrests like the leader of the Maniacs or something? What if they would have shot him in the head? That would have been just his ass would have literally stopped Jerome.
There were moments that Dwight was going to go up on stage. I thought he was going to do a stand-up comedian like fucking Todd Phillips' Joker style for that moment. I was like, is he going to do a stand-up joke? No, I don't know why that came to my mind. Yeah.
You are Joker. You're a Joker. You're all
yeah,
Jokers.
you're a Joker. You're a Joker. Everybody's a Joker.
I am Spartacus moment or something.
Oh, that was I am
Spartacus. They give that speech in the next episode.
Yeah, that was the speech in the next episode.
Oh, okay.
But then, while all of this is going down, the Penguin is going through a Christmas Carol because he's seeing his own like dead relations.
Come to think of it, the way that the ghost dad was dressed up, that was like fucking dressed up as Scrooge.
Yeah, no, Jacob Marley. He's like dressed like Jacob Marley. Oh yeah, Scrooge. Yeah.
Nice that they got Paul Rubens back one more time, but as it turns out, it was Clayface who makes a return. And nice transition too, like out of that, like he does the whole face thing, and you see him. I'm like, that was cool. I like that quite a bit, and just the assassination of the Penguin's character by the not quite coward yet Riddler is actually rather fascinating. It gets way over the top, and we'll get to that when we get to that. But at least this part of it, I really liked. Like
it was so funny that he was losing his mind, that he haven't slept in days, to the point where it drove him mad. And then he called everybody out on TV that he doesn't give a shit about the people, kills his fucking city deputy chief of staff, bashing him to death, thinking that he was the one who was messing with them, that he took this corpse
with a trophy, no less. That was crazy.
Wow.
What was it I liked? Jim pushing. I also liked, Zash showing up here, Corey. Yeah. Jim pushing the cartoons. What?
Pushing the cartoons?
Yes, I pushed the cartoons ass.
He pushed in the cartoons. There's a cartoon characters now. Did we watch the same episode?
No, it says right here. I got in my notes. It says Jim pushing the cartoons ass.
I think I think because when you type so fast, you keep misspelling.
No, I just use voice. I never type. I always
never do voice. They never correct that shit.
I know there's
spelling.
No, I like to.
Because every time I try to go on TikTok to do a YouTube Shorts for my YouTube video, for my clips for moments, I always have to double check to make sure it's spelled correctly, and I had to correct that in a closed caption all the time. They always misspell this shit.
I do. Oh no, Jim. When Jim's pushing the cart, he's hiding in the kitchen, and they push the cart, and Zass is shooting at the cart, and then Zass looks over, and he's like, "Huh?" And then Jim just hits him upside that behind. Like,
I find that very funny that Falcone just walks into the rooms like it's off. Damn, that got a little awkward. Bulk just chop like downs down the fucking scotch.
That's what it's okay.
I like also. Did y'all like Jerome sitting in a frozen cryo tube waiting to be brought? I thought that was really cool.
That was nice. I did like
that. Was kind of strange that they were able to get his body after so many months that he's been dead for a while.
I mean, it's
remember they say in the episode.
Did they kept him in a freeze, that fucking cryo freeze for so long?
They kept him in the same chamber. They kept all the spare Lexes.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right.
They had to go to the facility at the beginning of episode.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been months since we last been watching season 3.
I will say though, I did not like Lee hating Gordon for killing her husband and shit.
Oh my god, here's the thing, it still kept going on. She still hates him, even though she called off the hit. It's like, oh, you thought talking about Cranston and line, bitch. You were fucking putting the hit on him. I'm from Falcone. What the fuck are you talking about?
Also,
Lee's hypocrisy is shown off quite a bit later on.
It feels like they were fucking going back to the fucking early 2000s of shows, kind of like Smallville, where some of the supporting characters become so fucking annoying for no reason. Just look for something to bitch at the lead main character.
Also, if Gordon would have
got dumber. This is just me. What you just said was one of the most insanely idiotic things I ever heard. And no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that considers a rational thought. Everybody in this room is now dumber for just listening to that.
Also, Gordon is kind of stupid in one part where he interrupts a mid-sentence, and I'm like, if Gordon would never have interrupted Dwight and the Maniacs, they could have probably led him to where the end game is. And instead, he's midway through, they just interrupt, like, all right, GCPD, break it up. And I'm like,
GCPD.
what?
Yeah, but that was not very smart. The smartest thing, I agree with you. I
told
totally
Harvey,
agree.
they just-
They should have just let this on so that they can have him followed, and that way they can find the headquarters
They
of where
could've
they're
really
keeping
went
the
to
body.
headquarters. He was going there next.
Yeah, he was literally just going there. You're right. I didn't think about it until you brought that up. It makes sense that they should. That would have been
He was
the
going
logic. That would have been the more logic decision for Gordon and Bullock
Jim's
to
like,
make that
all right,
strategy.
GCPD. I'm like, oh, God.
To quote Tony Stark, not a great plan.
Not a great plan. No.
Not a
I
great
also,
plan.
if Zass was trying to kill Gordon, instead of Zass just goes to his apartment to shoot it up, why wouldn't you just blow up his apartment? That right there would have killed him instantly.
Yeah, if you want to dead at instant, why don't you just you use your explosives, just blow up the
Or his
fucking
car.
building.
Or his car.
I mean, really, like casino style, you know?
Oh yeah, he could have just rigged the fucking car and sabotaged the whole thing and blow it up. That would have been easy.
I'm just saying.
do
I mean,
the-
that was so
I
stupid.
mean, otherwise you probably saw. I think it was like either Casino or Goodfellas, but Robert De Niro survives that fucking
Casino.
exploding car.
Call
I
up,
think
that
that
was
was
so
Casino.
stupid. That's the stupidest part of that movie.
call up Butch, get his rocket.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But then we
Oh, Selena. We got Selena trying to reconnect.
Oh god,
with
now
Ronaldo,
I almost keep forgetting that
was
we need to
just so
break that
stupid. I hated that whole subplot.
The subplot of that fucking mother was so fucking stupid and pointless.
The actress, I like her. She's a great in Banshee.
I'm not saying she's a great actress, but I fucking hated the character. I hated the
I hated that
subplot.
character.
I
Although
didn't.
she
I
does
didn't
look
really.
like I would say good casting though. She does look like Cameron.
Yeah, she does resemble to the actress who plays Selena Kyle. I understand that, but the whole storyline, like, hey, where have you been? Blah blah blah. And then I think it was like in the next episode that we will get into that we know what her true intentions are, which was so fucking dumb. Which
You mean
drives
that
me-
she was not who she says she was all along?
Oh,
What?
what the?
No.
and
Also-
that actress's name is Ivana Milicevic.
Where do I know I've seen her in
She
a
was
lot
great
of
in Banshee, the TV show Banshee. She's
I did not see Banshee. I have not
Yeah.
seen that show.
Matt, you would
Well,
like the show.
Which
You would
Banshee,
like
which
it.
the actor who played Homelander in The Boys was
Yeah.
the lead main character in the show.
I'm telling you, Matt, it's on.
No,
HBO.
I will check
You
out
will
that
like
show
it.
eventually because it was a Cinemax original
It
series.
shows everything, Matt. Everything.
She's
Of course, because it was.
she's
You want to know why?
basically,
It was Cinemax.
She's a big deal at the
It's a great show.
CW right now. She was on the 100. She's on their show Sherlock and Daughter. So yeah,
I did
she's
like
still
the
going.
100. I did enjoy the 100 show. That was an underrated CW show.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, I'm not just like to say, but
No, I
saying
know.
Banshee's a great show.
No,
It's
I'm not
got,
saying.
like-
I'm not saying I don't
Me?
believe you because I just haven't gotten around to checking that out.
I honestly was not like on board with the Anthony Starr as Homelander until I saw Banshee, and I'm like, oh, that is
Yeah, because this was literally before he got cast as Homelander in
Yeah.
The Boys.
it's a dark
You know,
show
with-
though. It's very dark.
It re-
I mean, who
it
would have thought?
reminds me-
It's kind of hard to do it now. Imagine him playing the protagonist when he's been playing one of the best on-screen sadistic villain piece of shit character.
The whole show is kind of about racist. It's kind of like Justified. It's like racist pieces of shit living in a small town where it's run by the mafia, an Amish mob boss,
Interesting.
and it's very dark. And like they're at war with the Native Americans, and it's very dark show. It's a very dark show, and it's very interesting because there's a lot of crazy shit that happens in that show.
Well, let's go to ratings. Collins, 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay, Matt.
I'm giving it a 5 out of 10.
Wow, Matt really hated it.
Oh yeah.
I thought 6 was fair.
I'm gonna go with Collins and say 6. I liked it just.
Of
a
course,
bit
because you
more than-
enjoy all 3 of the episodes. So how am I not surprised about that?
Yeah, well, this is the weakest, but this next one is great, and then the last one's even better than that. But let's get into season 3, episode 13, or as well, Collins wrote in his notes, smells like you mean it. Matt,
Is that not what
Is
it's
it-
called?
Isn't it? Or is it not like a smile like Teen Spirit?
Is it not?
Nirvana?
Is it? What is it? Is that?
no, the
Smile like you
episode's
mean it.
called- the episode's called "Smile Like You Mean It."
That's it smells like you mean it.
Or it kind of like smells like Teen Spirit from Nirvana.
It smells like you mean it. I just can't believe I put smells like you mean like it's a fart. Like it's a fart.
You are 0 for life against the voice text. But Matt, go ahead.
The voice text always fuck me over.
They fuck you over with spelling. That's just fucking hilarious.
Oh, like,
They're all over the city. He's gonna bring back Jerome.
There are no rules. Kill who you want. Plus death between friends.
you mean it.
Anyway, the title of the episode is Smile Like You Mean It. The episode aired on January 23rd, 2017. When the reanimation seemingly fails, Dwight cuts off Jerome's face and wears it as a mask while he leads his cult, which he's pretty much Leatherface at this point, to take over a news station. GCPD stops the cult, but Jerome awakens blatantly at GCPD and escapes. After the GCPD defeats the cult and secures the station, they learn Jerome's face's revival, but not before he abducts Dwight. Nigma, Barbara, and Tabitha manipulate Cobblepot into believing the other crime bosses have turned against him. Bruce agrees to pay Maria's debt to Cole, but Selena becomes furious upon discovering the whole thing was a con. Maria and Cole ran together, and that Bruce even suspected that this did not want but did not want Selena to learn the truth. After reattaching his face, Jerome encourages the cult to kill others and ignites explosives that that kill Dwight and knock out Gotham's power, causing a citywide blackout. I will say that the middle episode, even though it was a first part of the first part of the other episode that we will get into, was solid, but I still think that some of the side plot with fucking Selena's mom was the dumbest thing I have ever seen. Utterly pointless.
I'll throw you one better, Matt. I thought besides that, I thought the whole Penguin shit, I think they should have just left that in the next episode, because that has really nothing to do like with the main plot. Everything that happens with Jerome and stuff.
What isn't what the other episode had nothing to do with the main story either. I mean, that's what's happening right now. They were related. There was like in that last episode, we had literally 4 different storylines. One with him, with fucking fucking what's her name again? Lee putting a hit on fucking Gordon. That's subplot. Then we had fucking Edward Nigma fucking gaslighting fucking Cobblepot throughout the episode. Then we deal with another storyline where someone is trying to reanimate and bring back the dead. I mean, how many fucking storylines they keep shoving into one? It's ridiculous to me.
I do think they watched Silence of the Lambs and they ripped this, because they said the scene where Jerome has like a face on his dress. Like
no, he was pulling that fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the fucking Leatherface. Sawing the fucking face off and putting the face on someone else. That's Leatherface.
But remember in Silence of the Lambs how Hannibal Lecter dresses like a cop and wears the cop's face, you know?
Well,
Yeah.
That's in Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's why I was like, I remember listen, that movie, that scene seems very cue the Spider-Man 3 clip.
Very similar.
That's the first time I got to use that clip in a while too.
But then just like the whole look of like Dwight like wearing the face, and then seeing Cameron Monaghan come back with the bandages on the face, I just thought both looked great. You know, the death in the not death in the family. That's the Jason Todd death of the family, the Scott Snyder Greg Capullo one, where it's like the Joker like face and then it's like stretched on to fit. It's great. Like, I love that book so much, and as much as they probably couldn't get away with on Fox, they got away with a surprising amount. So I'll give them credit there.
And I will say, this is no disrespect to Smallville. That's a great show. I love Smallville. I will never disrespect the show, even if I have issues with the later seasons. You could tell they read the comics on Gotham, because they're adapting storylines. They're just like, you know what? Let's like do this. We've been reading Scott Snyder. Let's do a season with the Jerome doing that, you know. And I'm like, you know, and I thought that was really clever.
Sure, you want to do your homework is one thing. Executing your material is another.
I think you know what they did. With
I
this
think
was
I
pretty
think they
well.
did fine. They wanted to do it, and to be fair, I didn't read those comic books, so to take that with a giant
That's like
grain of salt.
fuck. I don't care if they read the comics. Fuck the comics.
It's all about but here's the thing: executing is the only the important thing. Even if you were trying to be faithful to it,
I don't
Oh
want to
wait,
go down. I don't want to relitigate this issue, but you can go comic accurate and have the results not be super great. I mean, like look at
Yeah.
Superman Returns, for example.
sometimes common accuracy doesn't always work, but it works in this. I think this one, even though obviously, which you know,
I mean, to be fair, I mean, Superman Returns was more of a rehash to Superman the movie. That's
Yeah.
where the whole story was literally a
was
remake
the-
from the original film.
It was the continuation.
I mean, which we'll get it. That's a different discussion we'll get into next time.
Yeah, let's
Google
not
Google
relitigate.
fucking failed me again because I said it, I put in my notes the blood on the Joker card at the beginning was so good. It said I put the blood on the Joker car, which I'm like Ryan's probably like there was no Joker car.
There's no Joker car.
Yeah.
Well, there was in David Ayer's Suicide Squad. There was a Joker car
Purple
mobile,
Lamborghini.
Purple
a Lamborghini.
purple
What is love?
Lamborghini,
What is love? Baby, don't
I-
hurt me. Don't
I
hurt
couldn't
me.
escape that.
I saw
purple
that because I saw that
Lamborghini
set
from
video. When I
Superman.
saw that set video from Suicide Squad in the photo, it literally came to my mind. Even John Campion brought that up in the show one time. It's like that's so
Rick Ross.
accurate.
Rick Ross, please kindly go away.
Boom, boom, boom.
I will say though
I'm
the blood on the
dying
Joker
to put
card.
that
Like,
clip on.
I love when the guards are being attacked by the maniacs, and then like they shoot, and then like it turns out to double cross because that one guard is part of the maniac. So then he shoots him, and then his blood goes on the Joker card, and I thought that was so dumb. I'm like,
I will admit that was actually good.
Yes.
and I'm like, you could tell like they're like okay, they're at this point they're just like paying homage. To
I mean,
the
it was really good to see Cameron Monaghan back to play the role again, even though he wasn't the Joker.
He wasn't the Joker, but
He's not
he
the real
understood the
Joker.
assignment.
No,
We have yet to meet the
I mean,
real
I
Joker.
personally, I already know the context, sort of, because it was already spoiled for me. I know Ryan doesn't know that, but you and I, we know.
The real Joker is coming up, okay? But we have
Yeah.
not met the real Joker yet. Jerome,
I think
they always call him Frodo
I don't
Joker.
even know if I remember correctly. Didn't Shameless end at that time, or maybe he was shooting between
No, it was
Shameless?
No,
still
he was
going.
shooting
It
between.
was
That's
still
why
going.
he
Yeah,
only
because
was
that's what
able
because it didn't end until like at least a couple of years later when they ended
He
that
was,
show.
He was pulling double duty, that I know.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Which he said, yeah, I love that. I love playing Jerome. And so, he said it was supposed to be like one episode, then it became two. Then he said it became like season 3. They're like, you want to come back for 3 episodes? And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. And then they tell him, we're going to do Death of a Family. And I'm like, and then they tell him, oh, so I'm Joker? And they're like, no, you're not Joker, but you're doing Death of a Family. And then he's like, he said, that kind of fucking sucks.
Well, it seems as if Barry Keoghan is going to be the Joker. That seems like what the end of the Batman was teasing. And I like Barry Keoghan as an actor quite a bit. But man, Cameron Monaghan, you give him the right material, yes.
Yeah.
It's all about giving the right material, no matter who's playing the role.
Which you'll find out who the real Joker is next season.
Yeah, you will. You will find out soon.
I mean, you'll find out soon. Coming up in the future, you'll find out who
In the future.
But yeah, you'll be happy when you find out who it is. I will say that I did like that, Bullock telling Fox that, because Fox says, oh, I helped design these cryotubes and everything. And then Bullock being a dick telling Fox after he said he helped design the pods, well, good job. Thanks for helping the bad guys. And then Fox just giving him that dirty look like, fuck you. Like, I just said I designed these guys.
I didn't know what I was going to do.
That's like, fuck you, Gordon. I love that look.
But this is one of the scenes, even though it pisses me off, but I kind of like the scene with Bruce dodging fucking Selina's attack when she was throwing punches at him. That he's had a lot of training. I like he's becoming Batman.
There's
at that
something
point.
that happens in the last episode with Staples that I thought was well. I liked it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
we're
will
gonna
agree
get
on the.
that.
Oh, absolutely! I can't wait to get into that one.
I was gonna hope
Yeah,
I was like, I wonder if anyone caught that, but no, we're gonna touch on that later.
But the thing that pissed me off, Selena was kind of being annoying. Like, why didn't you tell me? Like, you should know. You kind of suspected that she was kind of fucking
Your
conning
mom
you, conning
is
you
a
off,
thief.
dude.
Your mom is a thief. You should have picked up on this.
And you're gonna bitch at fucking Bruce for keeping the truth from you when you kind of suspected that was gonna happen. Really?
even though it was a sensitive moment, I loved the fact that he caught Selena's kick. Like he
He
just
caught every
the
hit.
kick.
He caught every move, dodging every move like he's from the fucking Matrix.
I
Like
will
she
say
went to
though,
give him like the Alistair Black mass and was just like, "You're very angry right now, and you need to stop." Like I loved that so much.
That was actually good. I will give credit where credit's due.
I like that Jordan after like they find the one maniac and he tells them that we're everywhere, and Gordon now knowing there's a sleeper cell of maniacs, and they find out that one's in the GCPD, and I love how he pulls out his phone and says he says one of the maniacs right here, and then he says I'm gonna call this number right now, and he calls and that guy just takes off running, and then of course Fox good bluff, and I just love that he goes. When he says, I wasn't a cop. Oh my god, I have. Oh,
I wasn't
don't
a
know if I
cop
should-
killer.
So
I was never a cop. It changed me that night.
no, so but basically
Good for you.
there's something I hate. There's something I really hate. What was it? Shit, did I
The
have
Lee
this
and
in
the
my
truth
notes?
serum thing.
Huh?
Oh yeah, when Lee injected the fucking truth serum and then tells him about, oh, you talk about crossing the line. Like what? We talked about that twice in a couple episodes, like an episode ago. Like what are you talking about? You put a hit on me, you asshole.
Shit, I didn't
Like
put
get
this
on with it.
You're still gonna blame me, really? After saving your life?
Which I will say that things I didn't like. Fuck, I didn't put this in my notes. Shit. Um, no, I just don't have my notes on me. One thing I didn't like, I said, yeah, I'll say my positives and I'll go grab my phone and pull off my notes. But I did like that, Dwight, I thought Dwight cutting off Jerome's face to inspire the troop. I thought that was the ballsy and stupid move because it works. And then Gordon beating the shit out of the rogue cop. I thought that was pretty cool. And I do like Dwight showing up at Channel 9 News and murdering the manager and holding the rest hostage. I thought that was well done, where it's like, he's like, basically trying to be theatrical about it and everything. I thought that was well done. I'm like, all right, you know what? This works. Even though he does it poorly.
You're a wannabe. You're a poser.
He'll never be
mean-
Like you're never gonna beat Jerome.
Hold on, let me go grab my
Meanwhile, in Penguin Land, Barbara's pulling a very tired power play. I'm like, who really runs the underworld? Is it just like a flip a coin situation? Is like, okay, this month, Tommy Bones, you got the reins for a month, Tommy Bones, and like next month be like, Barbara, you're up. It's like, is there? Like,
It almost seems to me that she's playing two sides, and she's going to double cross each of them, whether it's Cobblepot or Enigma.
She's hedging her bets.
Oh yeah,
All right.
she's playing a lot of a dangerous game on her part because she really is desperate to take over Gotham.
So in my notes, I put right here. All right, so for dislikes, Lee's saying like you asking Drum, can you bring back Mario? Like asking Dwight, say if you see Dwight, tell him to bring back Mario. I'm like,
Oh yeah, that's the one thing I hate so much. That was stupid. Like it's like, why don't you bring back Mario? I'm like, oh my god,
Lee,
Lee,
no, it's not the time, okay?
can you please shut the fuck up.
And then like
I
her,
would have
like, we
been like, I can come back in a plumber costume if that'll help.
I can sew fucking Mario's face on it and put mustache on it. It's a me, Mario.
like, no, you look more like Luigi.
That's true.
The thing I also liked is and also I disliked was Gordon saying no one ever stops being a cop to the maniac cop, and I'm like, I'm sure Derek Chauvin would disagree with that.
Oh wow.
Oh boy.
I wrote that note down. I'm like, that's gonna get some reaction. That's gonna get a reaction. But also
boy.
the whole Selena Bruce trying to pay this mob guy off. When in reality, the mob guy we already know he's gonna. I would be like, he's gonna keep coming back more and more. We know that.
Yeah, it's like Lex Luthor once said in season 3 of Smallville the Clark. They're like dogs. They'll keep knocking on the door and begging for more.
I do also like Dwight's guy saying, "I used to." He says, "I love the." He says, the guy helping Dwight saying, I left a good job at the post office for this. And I'm like, why would you? I was like, is the post office really well paying in Gotham?
I mean,
Don't give up.
Gotham
Don't give
is
up
a
your
really
day
rough
job.
place to live. Maybe
It,
maybe the government workers get a little bonus. Who knows?
I mean, it's what Schwarzenegger said in Last Action Hero. Don't give up your day job.
Also, Gordon saying, also Barbara and Tabitha hated them murdering the other members of the table. You know, to try to preserve dominance.
Yeah, but also Tabitha just wants us to get even with Enigma when they no longer need him anymore.
Also, how is Jerome able to kill a cop, sneak Dwight into a van without anyone noticing? Especially the fact he's wearing bandages on his face. And he kills a cop, too.
You're wearing a fucking bandage all over your face with all your blood that fucking looks shady and no one notices it? Really?
Like, hey, that man stabbed a cop and now he's running to a van.
You know what that reminded me? In the movie The Other Guys, when fucking Mark Wahlberg just pulls a gun on fucking Will Ferrell's character and then walks out of the police station. Really? Nobody?
They know it's Alan. And
but then I'm making a comparison joke.
Yes.
Also, Dwight, showing up. Okay, Jerome come back to life and having Lee hostage tell her about. I didn't think like this. Jerome is coming back to life, and then Lee, and using Lee as a hot. I like that part, but then her telling about Jim murdering her husband, then Jerome finding it hilarious. I'm just like, I feel like that was just extra exposition that we really didn't need. Because he doesn't. Why would Jerome care about your love life?
Why? So that you can try to hurt her even more. I don't know.
Jerome just running down a guy with a squad car, that made me laugh.
Yeah,
the guy's driving he's like just like that made me laugh.
That was funny.
It's not peering out the window going, but it's something.
Yeah, I was like, this whole episode pays tribute to the Dark Knight. Like this whole
quite a bit. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Jerome blowing up and knocking all the power grids out, killing Dwight for cutting out his face.
I already knew that he was going to throw him under the bus, using it as put it on a show, show him that he means business.
I love the line where he's like, "What's a torn face between friends?" And then later on, he's like, "I don't forgive you for the face." And like, the only thing
I could see you doing an impression for Jerome, like Cameron Monaghan's character. I could definitely see you doing an impression of that.
Which one, Ryan?
Like, I could just
Ryan.
All right, let's see what I can do. What's a torn face between friends? Or that's not that great.
You were almost close. You were pretty close.
But the only thing missing was the whole thing of remember the part about the face? I lied. Drops him off a cliff.
Wait,
when I killed you last, I lied.
I just thought when it blows up and you see the whole city, like when he's doing that, and then he plays that video, he goes, "Wake up, Gotham!" And then as the whole city's going in the darkness, I'm like, that made me like, oh,
wake up, Gotham.
It's like, oh yeah, Jerome's back in town and the whole city suffers, and I just
Jerome's back in town.
To quote Thin Lizzy.
Oh yeah, which I'm like, oh, I was like, yeah, which I said when he blew, I remember watching that episode live.
The moment you said that when Jerome's back in town, it just makes me want to cue the music. Jerome's back in town.
Yeah.
Either the boys are back in town or tonight there's going to be a jailbreak.
It's like that Bad Boys for Life. It's like that bad. There's an episode title called Tonight's the Night.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I hear that title, I think of that Bad Boys. Oh, it's a new Bad Boys movie that came out last year.
Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Yeah. I think of that Black Eyed Peas song, like "Tonight's the Night." Oh, whoa, because they were like heavily marketing that song around the movie, and I'm just like kept hearing that song every time someone says "Tonight's the night." I'm like, because that's all they sing in that song, and I'm like, "Tonight's the night." Whoa. And I'm just like, man, I miss Fergie. Man,
I just think of the opening line of Dexter, "Tonight's the night."
Tonight's the night.
I've never seen the show.
We will get, and we'll put that on the list of rewatch podcasts
for
Dexter.
Small Zero Dexter talk, but
Dexter's Laboratory. Yep, down.
That's already a thing.
We're gonna do a rewatch podcast. Dexter's Laboratory.
Omelette du fromage. Collins 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10.
Okay, Matt.
I'll give it a 7.
I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna go 9. I liked this quite a bit.
7,
Like
8,
I
9.
really.
No,
really
here's the
liked
thing. 7 is a generous. 9, you really enjoyed it that much.
I did. I really did. And I like the ending, and it leads to the best episode of the 3 and one of the best episodes of this entire show. Season 3, episode 14, called The Gentle Art of Making Enemies.
There's a very fine line between justice and vengeance. The man that you become, you're going to be all right on your own.
I will see you again. What do you say, Bruce? Wanna have some fun?
Enemies. Matt?
The episode aired on January 30th, 2017. During the blackout, the GCPD struggles to contain the riots committed by both Jerome's followers and random citizens gone corrupt. Jerome kidnaps Bruce and drags him to a circus, planning a theatrical execution in front of his followers. Accompanied by Alfred, the GCPD attacks the circus. Bruce escapes and bites Jerome in a house of mirrors, but resists the urge to kill him. Jerome is then subdued and sent back to Arkham by Gordon, restoring order to the city. Having gained enough skills, Bruce decides to begin fighting crime, vowing never to kill. I will not kill Alfred. Cobblepot escapes a murder attempt by Nigma and is captured by Barbara, who threatens him into helping them find and kill Nigma, realizing he truly loves Nigma. I love you, Nigma. I don't love you. Cobblepot refuses. Nigma then reveals it was all a ruse to make him realize he is incapable of love, despite Cobblepot having proven otherwise. Nigma shoots him and drops him into the Gotham harbor. Gordon is reunited with his uncle Frank, who is secretly a member of the Court of Owls, which continues brainwashing 5.
And we'll get to all of that, and I'm very certain in the show.
Yeah, that what was it? That actor Frank, Uncle Frank, was in the previous episode. I don't remember, or did he just pop? Yeah, I was like, I know this actor, and he's popping. He must play an important part.
Welcome to Derry. He's literally in it.
Well, yeah, I know. I've seen him in other roles. I just don't remember his name. But I was like, wow, it seems to me that they're using him for a reason. There's might be a big surprise at the end of the episode. Turns out it's Uncle Frank. Home Alone 1 and 2. Look what you did, you little jerk.
Yeah, he's gonna shout to Uncle Jim and go,
he's gonna steal a fucking he's gonna steal a bunch of fucking chandelier diamonds from the fucking airplane.
Ooh, sorry to ruin your vacation, Mr. Cheapskate.
Imagine he slams the door.
I don't want to spoil your fun, Mr. Cheapskate.
I just imagine Jim saying that and slamming the door in his face. That did not work out well.
Uncle Frank.
Well,
it's Home Alone reunion time.
Shit, Home Alone 3 watch party coming to the channel very soon. But I love Cameron Monaghan in this episode. Not only just for the performance, but like just the look of him, from just keeping the face like stapled onto his skin and him having to be like, I'm sorry, and he has to like staple it to himself. That's just,
he does feel the pain. Did you notice that he was like feeling the pain, like and then Bruce is like, oh yeah, you feel pain? Like, no. It's like, I like that scene. He was trying to test out his pain, and he didn't feel it for the moment.
He's like,
Jerome and Bruce going Swerve and Hangman on each other. Yes. But then we just cut to like this whole carnival. Jerome built a carnival of torture. I love that. I love
torture of entertainment. Even that businessman, what's his face, got fucking dunking in the water with a bunch of piranhas. I thought that was funny. I don't care. I thought that was a little bit of a mini horror sequel of Piranha.
Between this and what Nigma does with the corrosive asses on the car, which, by the way, saw the final chapter, would like to have a word with you. That's the Chester Bennington trap where he's stuck to the car seat.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's no acid in that one, but it's a dilapidated car. Like,
that's what I noticed. Did they have that one fucking lead singer to something from that scene? I don't remember.
Linkin Park.
From Linkin. Oh yeah, that was for Linkin Park. I could know when he was in that scene. I imagined him singing the song in the music video, like, ah! I can
he was
imagine him
definitely-
singing the song when he's in pain to get out of that torture.
He wished he were numb when that whole thing was happening. Rest
Oh,
in peace. Rest in peace.
Ryan,
You
had
know
to go
that
for
would've-
the pun. Ryan had to go for that pun. He felt numb. I mean, I'm
Rest
sure
in
he's gonna look at his life
Thinking the
choices
same
and
way
go-
when I watched that scene and fucking saw the final chapter. That
I'm sure he's gonna go through and look at his life choices and go, "What I've done."
and he's trying to break the habit.
Or he's like, it's really a new divide on this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, really, in the end, if we think about it, it's not really.
Every time now that's gonna be sticking into my brain from that fucking scene in the saw the final chapter.
You will
Every time
sit back and-
we see him doing the torture, I can see a bunch of big hit of Linkin
Guys, you're
Park
being
music
iridescent,
cueing the
okay?
music.
all of these Linkin Park puns, I think to myself, what we've done, face ourselves. Rest in peace, Chester Bennington.
Yeah,
There's gonna be a real new
obviously,
divide
yeah.
among fans on this.
But then like the car trap and then back to the carnival, like they got dudes like throwing balls at people's faces and literal darts at people, and then the dude falls into the piranha tank, like Collins, you mentioned, I believe. That was just great. And then to kill Bruce, they got this big wily coyote looking cannon thing, and it's just gnarly.
Oh yeah.
I do think though that Jerome just shooting one of the rodeo clowns and just trying to outstage him when he goes, "Everyone lay down," and the guys there are making noises. Jerome takes a gun.
It's like, shut up.
Yeah, shut up. And
Shut
that
up.
made me laugh. Because it's like that's something a Joker would do, absolutely.
Of course. He'll kill people if you have any excuses, even some of the lame excuses.
Which I thought one thing I really liked was whenever he needed some face paint for it, so he just kills like a clown, digs in his gut.
Just
to get
jam
blood.
his blade into his gut and just use the blood and just to put a like upside down frown face. Let's put this frown upside down.
I don't know what year it was, but they did a comic book a couple years back. I think they had Batgirl. They had to pull the cover issue because they said it was too graphic. All it had was the Joker holding Batgirl and her being scared, then him putting blood, a sad face across her face. It was like DC had to pull as a controversial cover, so they had to pull the cover, and I'm like, why?
Was it the Killing Joke or something?
No, it was just the end. It was a Batgirl Joker cover that they had to pull.
Oh,
It was him, a Joker pouring blood across Batgirl's face in a sad way, and I'm
because
like,
it probably would have been too R-rated graphic.
that was a cool. I'm like, that's cool. That's probably where they took inspiration from that issue, because they were like, oh, that's cool. Which I do like though with Gordon dealing with all the chaos from Jerome and Gotham. I thought that was well done and everything. And like it's just even the GCP's in chaos and everything, and the court deciding if they should step in. They're like, should we step in if things proceed to get worse?
I know, but you guys been very behind the scenes throughout the whole. You've been on the bench throughout the whole season. You better start coming out.
I will say these next coming up is nothing but the Court of Owls stuff.
No, good. That's good to hear.
Like that, even they're in every single episode going forward for the next, because they have like a major part in these last couple of episodes.
They're
So
really
I will
doing
say
the
you will
Prince
get a
and
lot
the
of Court of
Pauper
Owls.
thing with the evil Bruce and the good Bruce. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
they're saying.
I mean, I knew that they were going to bring back the clone Bruce at some point. It was going to happen. They were not just going to have him walk away and then never to be brought up ever again. They were going to have him come back some point in the show.
There is some cool stuff.
Trying to masquerade himself trying to work with the Court of Owls, because we knew we last saw him with the Court of Owls. They knew they were going to have plans for him.
All I'm gonna say is there's some really cool stuff coming up in you're gonna be like really happy if
I
you're
did love the scene when he's in the House of Mirrors when he's going up against Jerome and beating the crap out of him, nearly killing him.
Great.
And then he looks himself in the mirror and understanding that he should not cross that line, because then it makes you no different from him. That was like the birth of him understanding of the no killing rule of him being Batman.
And I know Jerome's not the real Joker. I'm aware of that. However, that looked like a pretty nice callback of sorts to the forward, I guess, to the Dark Knight Returns, where there was a pretty famous scene in a Hall of Mirrors, and that one too.
Oh yeah, that was definitely from the graphic novel of the Dark Knight Returns in the House of Mirror when he was going up against the Joker again, beating the crap out of him and then killing him. Then he snapped his neck.
I do really like though that Jerome.
What he did came to the point where he crossed the line.
He didn't.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, he was already going to be dead anyway. He was already a dead man walking, so he figured, why the fuck not?
Not Alan Moore, but what's his name? Frank Miller said Batman originally snapped the Joker's neck, killing him. But what happened was the DC had issues with it by saying, "Oh, Batman can't kill the whole," and so they had to go back. And they redid the issue. They redid that scene. So basically, we're back.
He did manage to snap his neck, but then they wanted to play the whole technicality where Joker just turned his head around and killed himself, which it doesn't make any sense. Which is like, dude, the moment you twist his fucking neck, he's already done. He knows he's done.
And he felt like, why the hell not? He hated DC made him do that. He hated it.
And also, like, here's the thing. I love the point where we can tell the story that what if he did cross that line where he cannot get himself out of it. I've always loved that part about the hero that makes them human, even though he had a rule of not killing. There's going to come a point where he doesn't have a choice.
In that scene, he was shooting people down, just gunning people down.
And he kept fucking stabbing him in the gut. He kept on stabbing him and just pushed him. It pushed him to the point. And he was near the end of his career as Batman.
I do like though Bruce and Jerome's conversation at the circus where they're like their conversation about there's no heroes in this city. And then, that's when I thought that I love that. I absolutely love that conversation between Jerome and Bruce. When they sitting there like throwing darts at that person and and he's just like, there are no true heroes in Gotham. Only villains. And I'm like, that shows you that he's like, I need to rise up to become the Batman.
I did love the scene with Alfred patching him up and learning about the no killing rule. Him really understanding and that he's now rising up to become the persona of Batman. He's getting to that point.
I do like though Jerome showing up at Wayne Manor to kill Bruce and everything, and then of course like him smashing the owl, and then Bruce talks him into like, oh, you last time this is a bit let down. You got to execute me in front of a lot of people, and he goes, I know what you're doing. You're stalling yourself, but you talked me into it. Let's go.
But then since you brought it up, why the hell not?
And then he really thinks that Alfred is dead. And I love how he's like, I should kill you for killing Alfred. Like he was just like, you killed Alfred.
Yeah, because in the moment he thought that Alfred was already dead the moment he walked out that door.
And I love how he beats the shit. And he's like,
oh yeah, that was I love that scene. That scene was actually good.
And then I love how, of course, Jim Gordon, because he's the lead. Jim Gordon has to get the last punch. He punches the face off.
No, but here's the thing. He was starting with lethal force. Wouldn't he pull out his gun and shoot him down? Because that's kind of what cops would do if they pull out their fucking lethal force and they forfeit their life. And he just sprints after him and just beats the crap out of him and just punches his face out, literally speaking.
I do like, yeah, that's true. I do like, I also liked Gordon and Alfred killing all of Jerome's men at Wayne Manor. How Alfred's like, you over here in the corner, and then you over here, there, and then all of a sudden he goes, "Why are you saying?" He said, "For me," and he goes, "Pow, pow, pow, pow," and Alfred takes a machete, stabs the guy in the gut with a machete, and I thought that was well done. I thought that was, and then of course, I did also like, the Bruce and the drum in the Funhouse that was very similar to like something you would see in the Arkham games.
Mm-hmm. But it was also like we brought it up before that was more of a callback to the Dark Knight Returns than that fun mirror, the House of Mirror.
Which I also really liked the Riddler leaving Penguin on top of a car. Jigsaw stuff. That was pretty cool, and
that was very more Jigsaw style. Like I was like, wow. And deep down, I knew like there's no way they're gonna have him go out like that. But even towards the end when he was begging for his life and talking him out of killing Oswald, and then he just shoots him down and then pushes him into the Gotham Harbor. I think he's going to get brought back in the next episode. They're not going to kill off Oswald for that show.
That whole scene, it reminded me of the pilot when Jim shoots the Penguin for the first time.
That was a callback to the pilot. Except that he faked the shot. Except he faked the shot and threw him into the harbor, and so that he could swim out of there. But this one, no, he got shot in the gut.
Yeah, because Riddler wants to kill him. He said, "You killed Mrs. Kringle, so or not Mrs. Crinkle.
Even
sorry.
no, you kill the twin
Isabella.
Mrs. Isabella, wherever, what's her face, even though that you only knew her for fucking 2 weeks.
And also Riddler shooting Penguin, leaving the one. I thought that was, I liked it, and also Jim's uncle showing up at Jim's doorstep. I thought that was pretty good. And the
Uncle
court,
Frank slams.
getting Bruce's double ready for what's to come. I didn't like that when the power went out.
I wanted to if that moment. Sorry if I'm cutting you off. I just wanted to say one thing and make this joke. Another meme. It's a quote from Orange County to say this to Oswald. You only went out with her for 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's been a minute since I watched Orange County. I remember liking.
Oh, we got to do a watch party for that movie. That is so underrated.
I remember it's
supposed to be. It's supposed to be streaming on Paramount Plus.
Them giving Harold Ramis drugs and then giving the wrong drugs.
That was fucking funny.
And then Jack Black and them going to add his name, and Jack Black's like,
remember that Ben Stiller made a cameo in that movie that played as a firefighter?
Yeah. And
Let me ask you guys, what relationship is more toxic? Penguin and Enigma here, or Philip Morris, that relationship?
I feel like Philip Morris because he keeps fucking over versus Riddler and Penguin, where it's like they can eventually go their separate ways.
Yeah.
Because one of them's not gay. The Riddler's not gay. Riddler has I like just killing redheads. Okay, that's my thing. I like redheads, and if they leave me, I'll kill them. That's the worst thing about the Riddler. Is like, yeah, if he can't have a relationship because he'll murder the lady and then tries to leave him.
Apparently.
But Penguin just is obsessed with like the Riddler, and he's like, I don't think Penguin has anyone's ever loved him truly. So I think besides his mother, so I think it's hard for him to have any sense of compassion.
He just wanted someone that can actually truly understand him and gets him, and that's why he fell in love with Enigma. It makes sense why he fell in love with him.
Yeah, it wasn't like a gay thing. It was just more or less.
It's just like, hey, he was the only one that actually understood me, and that's why I fell in love with the guy.
Yeah. Also, couldn't they reroute the power to another grid?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm just saying, in a giant city, you would think they only have one power station when they would have multiple. I mean,
well, Gotham's a shithole. I mean, what do you expect? I mean,
also a random security guard just finds Penguin and rescues him.
Yeah, that was a stupid scene right there. It was so convenient.
Yeah.
That reminded me in the Avengers movie with that security guard out of nowhere in an abandoned fucking warehouse when he comes across paths with Bruce Banner. That reminded me of the Avengers.
I can see that, yeah.
He's like, here's the pants for you too.
You an alien? You got a condition.
No.
But Collins, what's your score?
10 out of 10.
Okay, Matt?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5. It's just because that I did not like the fucking Enigma and Oswald storyline. I feel like they needed to fucking get that shit resolved and move on from that storyline.
Yeah, I get that too, but I'm going to side with Collins. I'm going to go 10 as well. This is one of my favorite episodes of this whole show. Like top to bottom, it's fantastic. Favorite episode of the season, and I imagine that that's not going to change. But I pass it off to all of you. What did you think of these episodes? Let us know in the comments. We would love to read what you have to say, and it's a privilege to do this show with these guys every week.
Winter next week. What are the 3 episodes called next week?
I already got that on my screen. I got that on my screen. I'll say this. Okay, the next 3 episodes will be the 15th episode will be called How the Riddler Got His Name. The second one will be These Delicate and Dark Obsessions. And the third one will be the Primal Riddle.
I wonder what those episodes are about.
You know what it's about. You've seen these episodes.
No, I'm just saying the title. That's why I'm saying. I wonder what their episode's going to
be. They could be anything.
Yeah. They could be about Mr. Freeze.
But
everyone chill.
By the time this airs, I'll upload my review for Return 2 Towers. And
okay.
And then of course, sometime later, we're supposed to do a Highlander watch party. Not this week, but it's coming soon to the channel.
Yeah, Matt, what about you?
Well, by the time you watch this video, I will have a couple of trailer reactions for Invincible Season 4 and also Daredevil Season 2 Born Again. And I will be coming up with a couple of reviews that I will be posting on my channel with Begonia and the body horror film called Together. I recently put up my review of the new Netflix crime cop thriller called The Rip. So definitely check that out.
Yep, all their links down below. As far as this channel goes, 1996 project continues on. Got a lot of fun stuff planned for this year. I'm putting pieces together for one of my big projects. I mean, 96 is a year-long project. It's the biggest project I'm doing this year. However, it's another review series for a movie I'm doing in, but for a movie that's coming out in December. And that's all you need to know right now. But for Collins, for Matt, my name is Ryan Cannon. Watch out for Small Zero. Stay off the streets of Gotham. They are not safe. We'll see you all in the next one. Y'all take care.